From Inc.com, this is the Inc. Productivity Tip. Expert opinions, valuable insight, and helpful advice from today's top business coaches, thought leaders, and entrepreneurs. Every week, it seems to be the same story. Your team finally gains momentum on a strategic initiative. Then, your boss walks in with just one quick idea. By Friday, you're pivoting again. Does that sound familiar? Well, welcome to the world of the idea bomber, a leadership archetype that's silently tanking execution across organizations. Now, these are not villains. They're well-meaning executives who genuinely believe they're driving innovation. But the problem is, they're driving everyone else crazy. Innovation matters, of course, but leadership ideation without guardrails doesn't just slow teams down. It breaks them. Research shows that excessive context switching triggered by constantly shifting directives can slash productivity by up to 40%. Even worse, when leaders ping-pong between priorities, psychological safety plummets. Employees stop speaking up. They stop taking initiative. They just wait for the next pivot. One tech company saw employee engagement scores drop 23% in a single year, and it was directly linked to senior leadership's habit of bombing teams with half-baked ideas. Through interviews and observational research that Andrea Olson, the CEO of Pragmatic, did across multiple organizations, she found 6 distinct idea bomber profiles. Chances are that, you've probably worked with at least one of them. First off, there's the pseudo-helper. Just trying to help, they say. Meanwhile, they suggest initiatives that have zero alignment with your strategy, and they expect you to execute them. Secondly, there is the stereotypical visionary. They are always chasing the shiny new thing. Last month it was AI. This month it's Web3. Next month, who knows? Their wake is littered with abandoned projects and exhausted teams. Third, the pressure-driven reactor. Quarterly targets looming? Time to throw spaghetti at the wall. This leader shifts strategy every time metrics dip, leaving no room for the messy, essential work of learning and iteration. Then there's the copycat. If your competitor launched it, you should too. Strategy gets replaced by mimicry. Innovation becomes an imitation. And then there's the fix-it addict. These folks love solving problems, but only the surface-level ones. They prescribe solutions before diagnosing root causes, and then vanish when their quick fixes inevitably fail. And lastly, the faux collaborator. These ask for your input and nod enthusiastically. Then, they do exactly what they planned from the start. Now here's what happens when idea bombing goes unchecked. First, there is a strategic drift. Teams lose sight of core objectives as priorities shift without explanation or rationale. Then, your team experiences change fatigue. Constant pivots burn through resources and goodwill. Eventually, people stop caring about the next big thing because they know it will not last. And then, there's an erosion of trust. Employees learn the game, and they do not invest energy in anything leadership proposes because it will probably be reversed by next quarter. Leaders can break the cycle. It requires discipline, but the payoff is massive. So, set the guardrails, not the handcuffs. Organizations thrive when constraints are purposeful, not punitive. Before opening the floor, frame the problem tightly. What is the goal? Is there anything that is off limits? What does success look like? Then, shift from quantity to context. Ideas matter only if they are relevant to the context. Tie every idea back to customer value, strategic fit, or feasibility. Context becomes the filter that kills noise without killing creativity. Anchor to a central locus. Bring every idea back to a shared guiding principle. Is it aligned with customer needs? Does it serve the strategy? That keeps ideas focused on purpose instead of personality or position. Now, the challenge is not that leaders should not bring ideas. It's how they bring them and what happens afterward. The modern organization needs intentional leaders who can execute smartly. Spot the idea bomber tendencies in yourself and your team before they bomb your culture, your productivity, and your bottom line. That's all for today. This expert opinion was written by Andrea Olson, the CEO of Pragmatic. For more expert opinions from today's top business coaches and thought leaders, go to Inc.com. Come back again on Thursday for another helpful tip from Inc.